Morning, welcome back. This channel is run by a guy who picked up a handful of hobbies this year, hoping it would fix his brain matter. Basically, I just need to go outside more often. It's been pretty successful so far. I've read at least one book every month, which is a huge improvement from only reading emails and Discord messages for the past 5 years. I also started playing 2 racket sports I used to play as a kid, meaning I've been dual wielding these 2 bad boys for the last 2 months. For some reason, they keep telling me I'm not allowed to use them at the same time when playing on the court. But just you wait, once I start holding a pickleball paddle in my mouth, my unintentional Zoro cosplay will be complete. But who knew, not doing sports for years and years and then jumping straight into it with no preparation would cause this to happen. My leg! But actually, my wrist. To tell you the truth, it's a little embarrassing. Do you really want to know what happened? Do you want to know how I got these scars? Just kidding, I actually fell down and caught my entire body weight using my wrists. While doing sports, of course. Or was I? Having hobbies is pretty fun, and one hobby which has had a resurgence over the past several years is collecting. But now, it's gamified. Specifically with trading cards, toys, little figurines with the tiniest details in the artwork, all packaged in a way where you don't know what you get until you open it. For anyone who plays video games, they're basically mini loot crates. But instead of betting your luck on pulling a specific character or weapon skin, you're trying to beat the 1 in 72 odds of getting the rare secret Labubu to add to your microplastic shelf. We all got one of those in our homes. Mine's full of Legos and mangas. It's pretty funny how we're always chasing the next newest shiny thing to add to our nest full of microplastics. Us and birds, more in common than you think. Fried chicken. The pastime of finding and curating things into your own personal collection has always been around. It could be something small like collecting stamps or coins, to bigger items that require more maintenance, like antiques and film cameras. In terms of little figures though, if you lived through the 80s and 90s, you would know. Before the Trolls movie came out in 2016, and before Justin Timberlake wrote his most famous lyric, "This is going to ruin the tour." Troll dolls were highly sought after collectibles, which could net you at least a couple $100s if you sold one today, along with Beanie Babies, cute animal plushies filled with plastic beads. Now these were my Labubus. It wasn't super common where everyone and their mom were hopping on the toy collecting hype train, but you know at least one person with a respectable sized collection of some type of thing. Since we were less connected back in the day, you'd only find out someone was a collector by word of mouth, or when visiting someone's house for the first time. And you couldn't help notice when passing by a room, the thousands of beady little eyes and Kelly Osbourne hairdos standing there menacingly. If you had no idea what was going on at the time, no worries. TV was a great place to start your collecting journey, where the host would sell people mountains of Beanie Babies, and why $2,000 is a great value price if you act now. And for some reason, the volume of these shows were always stuck at a permanent, please stop yelling at me, I'm scared.
That's 66 current Beanie Babies, including Maple, Princess, Aaron, Peace, Glory.
No, this is Patrick. Now that we're able to see so many trends just by scrolling on our phones for a few hours, people are a lot more susceptible to falling for hype when something goes viral. And we're seeing that right now when blind boxes were introduced into the collector's ecosystem. These are individual sealed packages, part of a bigger collection. And depending on the brand, it can really be anything you can think of. Tiny models of popular food items, the cutest, fluffiest animal hybrid creatures, to something creepy and unsettling. Have we learned nothing from Full Metal Alchemist? Nina Tucker, anyone?
Oh, who is you?
It's essentially a mini lottery. You have no idea what's in the box until you open it. That's the whole appeal. You might be the one lucky buyer who gets the super rare golden figurine in your first go. That's a pretty cool flex to make, getting to show off one of only 50 collectibles ever made in the world. Congrats on beating the 1% chance of ever finding this thing. These also make for great unboxing content for creators. Watching others' reactions when they finally get the model they want, or even seeing someone crash out. It's a very entertaining genre.
Okay, what are the odds that I get the same one twice, right?
which leads to fans getting influenced to buy their first blind box, hoping they'll have the same fun experience. And it's okay if you get something you're not satisfied with. What's another $10 for another try? The rest of the collection is pretty cute, and based on vibes, there is no way it's another duplicate. The blind boxes you picked were right next to each other. Obviously they wouldn't put the same ones so close to each other, right? It make good sense in the head. As you can see, it's a great marketing strategy to get people to buy more than they expected. It all taps into the gambler's fallacy, a mind trick we all do to ourselves, because we're crazy. If you flip a coin and it lands on heads 10 times in a row, you might start thinking, tails has to be next, it's been so long. Except, odds have nothing to do with past events. The 50-50 chance will always be the same, regardless of past results. Unless you have X-ray vision, there's no way to cheat the blind box system. Is this a gateway to actual gambling by starting them young? Sorta kinda. It's like gambling and training, except you actually get something tangible instead of wasting your money away on a slot machine's college tuition. Las Vegas has sent a lot of them to pretty good schools. Aww. The dopamine hit you get is pretty similar, where the unpredictability of it all makes things exciting. It's why we like to doom scroll for hours. Until we find that one TikTok that makes us laugh for 30 seconds, and then we go back to making this face when we don't get the Labubu we want. What the hell is this? Talk about awkward. Even more awkward than getting my teeth cleaned as a kid. Wasn't the greatest at brushing. Every dentist appointment was me trying to get through a painful cleaning in silence, as the dental hygienist keeps asking me about school, while ignoring the fact that there's a single teardrop running down my face. Now that I'm older, I actually have options when it comes to finding the right healthcare professional. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality, in-network doctors and click instantly to book an appointment. They get it. People are busy. Who has the time to wait around to see someone about a health problem that should have been checked out months ago? Once you find a doctor who fits what you're looking for, pick a time slot. You'll typically be seen within 24 to 72 hours of booking, sometimes even on the same day if your schedules line up. No one likes blindly jumping into something, especially when it has to do with your health. With over 100,000 doctors across every specialty, you can compare based on location, ratings, and insurance. Whether it's a dentist, therapist, a primary care doctor, or urgent care, they have you covered. If I could tell my kid self from 20 years ago about ZocDoc, probably could have skipped a lot of traumatizing dentist visits. Stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/Edvasian to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/Edvasian, ZocDoc.com/Edvasian. Labubus, these adorable little ankle biters from China, have been all over the internet after going viral for their looks. The first time I ever saw one was actually last year when my cousin showed me the one attached to her purse. I thought, aw, what a cute, ugly looking niche thing, wondering if they would ever get popular. Then all of a sudden, Lisa from Blackpink was holding one like a child, a bunch of famous people started to be seen with them, William Dafoe, he even started to look like one at one point. Whether you think they're ugly or you're obsessed with the design, there's just something about the appearance that's making people go wild when searching for one. This is a face people will start wars over.
Stores around the world have been hit by long queues and in some cases, chaos.
There was even a fight, like an actual fight.
PopMart has since said it has paused selling the product in all of its 16 shops in the UK until June to prevent any potential safety issues.
Not gonna lie, I did kinda wanna buy one, but forgot about it until like a month ago. You know that kids book Where the Wild Things Are? Labubus remind me so much of those monsters, their resemblance is uncanny. I'm pretty sure they're at least first cousins. Or these monsters all booked a flight to Turkey and came back with fillers, veneers, jaw shaving, a rhinoplasty, and buccal fat removal. With all the work they got done to their faces, they don't come cheap. You have to pay a premium for them. Anywhere from $50 to over $100 for a full set, with the most popular keychain versions averaging around $80. Labubus have already made around $400 million in sales. It's also kinda hard getting your hands on one since they sell out so fast. We got shoppers camping outside the stores and lines looping around the block into another building.
Just outside the Pop Mart store on Michigan Avenue, This is what was happening this morning. They were all trying to get their hands on the latest edition of Labubu. No, what?
I'm never going to line up for Pop Mart ever again. It's my first time going to one of these things and it's probably going to be my last. We arrived around 2:30 a.m. because yes, we have nothing else better to do. But we also really wanted Labubu because we've been looking at it for so long, but they're just so hard to get. Honestly, it was pretty chill at first and dare I say even maybe a little bit fun and adventurous. But that was before 5 to 6 a.m. started rolling around and more people started showing up. And you could already tell things were starting to get really serious. People were scouring every single entryway so that they could try have an advantage to run to the store. Even the security guard was terrified. We still had about 2 hours till the doors opened and people were already shoving and pushing each other. The shopping center doors were meant to open at 7 a.m. but they actually opened early at 6:42 a.m. Everyone started screaming, shoving and rushing in and people even got crushed at the sides of the doors.
Spending your time waiting for hours for the next newest trendy thing isn't anything new though. People have been doing that ever since the lineup was invented. What's the difference between this and camping out for a PS5 or iPhone? Well, mainly the blind box part, where you pay and then pray to the gacha gods, you get the one you want. If you can see the lineup of all your potential options, picking out the ones you want and don't want is a pretty natural reflex. Even though the designs in each collection aren't super different, it's usually a small detail like color or facial expression, your personal rankings of the Labubus are already going to be in your head. A few seconds later, you're holding the Labubu you said you didn't want. So you try again, and when you finally get the one you want after your 5th box, might as well collect the rest for a full set. This sweet business model is very attractive to resellers and scalpers, who will start swarming like flies when an employee puts out a fresh new tin of Pokemon cards. They're only interested in buying up all the stock of the trendiest thing and then reselling it with a scalper's fee on top to make a profit, really taking advantage of the current market running on hype and low inventory, especially if they can get their hands on a rare model and then sell it for quadruple the price.
There's like literally a line of people, and this dude just bought like 15.
Every generation will have its own Beanie Baby craze, but in a different font. You'll find these types of resellers anywhere there's a fandom. There's always going to be hardcore fans who are willing to pay if you have the final piece that completes their collection. Not all resellers are bad though. Some of them are actual fans with a genuine interest in collecting the product. But maybe they need some extra cash, or they have duplicates they want to get rid of. It does suck though how fun casual hobbies are being taken over by these reseller markets, capitalizing on our hobbies. You can't even shop in peace when people are duking it out in Costco over Pokemon cards.
Go. Hey, don't do that, bro. Okay. Yeah. Oh, sorry, go. Go.
Wow, it's like when a zookeeper goes to feed the animals, but accidentally falls into a pit of lions. Ain't the Pokemon supposed to be the ones battling? It's called Pokemon, not Pokemon. Come on! Is this the main goal of hobbies now? To maximize profits at any cost? The toughest part about getting into a hobby that already has a large fan base is just being able to buy the merch. The next hurdle is making sure you don't get scammed by a reseller, because they're the only option you have left after they've cleared out all the Costcos in your city. There's Pokemon card live streams now called Rip and Ships, where you pay resellers for a pack, which they'll open for you on stream before sending it to you. These have a reputation of being kind of sketchy to buy from, with the reseller switching out cards, or they'll open these packs before going live, replace all the rare cards with something of less value, and then reseal them as if nothing ever happened. To these people, resealing means barely even doing that. If I cover the open part with my hand and really play up the ripping dramatics, they'll never know. If you're not getting scammed by streamers, you're getting scammed with fakes. The knockoff market has also infiltrated the collecting community, where if you don't actually take the time and read your Pokemon card from top to bottom, you might miss the numerous spelling mistakes and the fact that a bug Pokemon is pretending to be a giant fire-breathing lizard. This Charizard walked over and ate the Caterpie in this card. It's not always so obvious though. There are times when fakes can look pretty darn close to the real thing. If you're a parent buying one for your kid, or it's your first time dipping your toes into Labubus, there's always going to be the chance you accidentally walk out of the store with a Lafufu instead.
But I'm also like, everybody's complimenting you.
I've personally spent so much time looking at these things for this video, I can confidently tell you, this one right here She is the maknae. There's also the issue with stealing, since Labubus are hot commodities right now. They are marketed as accessories you can attach to your bags and keys, since they have a keychain component to them. But if you're not careful, all it takes is a few quick hand movements for someone to unclip this thing off your bag and have it live on eBay in the next hour. I don't know what's scarier, someone smashing your window and robbing you because you accidentally left your Labubu in the car, or this Labubu, which was definitely bought at a horror movie garage sale.
I said talk to me, damn it, or else I'm gonna throw you in the fire!
Mira, gringa, puta, te he dicho 1000 veces que yo no hablo inglés, puñeta.
Oh, that's not even a lafufu anymore. That is a la llorona. Mi gente latino. Is collecting considered a real hobby these days? Well, it really depends since everyone's standards are different. There's a higher chance the hobby you're doing is a healthy one if it requires practice and skill while learning something along the way. Collecting can be a skill since you need to invest time and effort into seeking out the items you want. Although, if you're not passionate about the things you're collecting and you're only in it for the profit and clout, it can get pretty soul-sucking. For me, the funnest parts about collecting is the journey. Like, oh yeah, I remember camping out with a group overnight to get this limited edition item. It was freezing, we were tired, but it was a blast. It's not bad to spend some of your time on unproductive things if it makes you happy. Maybe the Labubus were the friends we made along the way. It's a delicate balance of not crossing over to the I'm just buying things just for the sake of buying. Sure, you have a bookcase filled with the most popular books from the past 5 years, but did you actually finish any of them? Is knitting a hobby you truly enjoy, or do you just post about your yarn collection to look like you knit? Hobbies are a way to make life more enjoyable. Not everything we do has to be a super productive life hack or a way to make as much money as possible. Once we start capitalizing all our hobbies, we're not going to have anything fun left to do. We'll be waking up in the middle of the night with high blood pressure because we can't stop thinking about the next Labubu and Pokemon card drop. Maybe try balancing out your hobbies if you feel like you're getting a little too addicted to one. In this day and age where trying and being overly passionate about something is considered cringe, as long as you're chilling, don't let others stop you from doing whatever you want. Like tapping the like button if you enjoyed this video. It also gives you a 1% luck boost when opening blind boxes. Source? I just made it up. Have a good day, try not to be dumb, and see you in the next one.